Hello everyone. Yeah, I'm sorry this is very late. In fact, even though the card says March 25th, I'm not sure if you're actually going to see this on the 25th thanks to YouTube taking a little longer than I would like to upload these. No big deal. I mean, this one's so late anyway, it's probably just a trial period, and I want to apologize for that because I didn't realize that as a partner to get ad approval, it would take 2 days on a weekend to get a video completely uploaded and ready and online and all that. So hopefully next episode is going to be a little bit better planned out. And this will actually fall on a Monday next time you see it. Hopefully. Cross your fingers. So this is going to be the first episode of the Addict Vlog. I hate the term vlog, but we'll go with it. We'll just give you a little introduction here. Just kind of this is the format to expect. This is what I'm going to try out. Hopefully you like it. Who knows? So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to respond a little bit to my last video. Specifically the last time I talked directly to you guys. A lot of questions came up, and I think at the start of these videos, we're going to do like a little Q&A session, and anything you want to ask me, leave a comment. I'm more than welcome to take any question you've got, anything you've ever wanted to know. So, a few things came up in that video, a few suggestions. Number one, I can't do any other toy line because I'm poor. Okay? I don't have the money to go and pick up every single bad toy out there. It's just I have a hard enough time keeping up with my Transformer collection. And really there aren't any other toys that really do much for me. Now, while I do have like a few Gundams, a few Power Rangers, and okay, I take back that last statement because there are a couple other series I collect, I am not going to go at them. I'm not going to expand any further. I mean, I do this because I love the Transformers community. I love the fandom. And I wanted to give everyone something to sit down and enjoy. Not just a review, but entertainment. And that's what Plastic Addict is. This is something for Transformer fans. And I hope everyone can enjoy it. So we're not going to be expanding that way. What I will be doing are some more retrospective things, opinions on things like the problems with gold plastic, gimmicks, especially ones that take up the entire figure, repaints especially, things that we all have to deal with. Those I will be doing. A little sporadically. You might see one after we get past Sideswipe, whenever that will be. The other one that came up a lot was the Collector Collective, and I'm surprised that there's still such a demand to see it again. I really enjoyed making it, but at the same time, it is really, really complicated and really, really time-consuming. I don't look forward to doing those, quite honestly. I want to do things that I have fun doing and that are fairly easy to edit. Like Plastic Addict is quite riddled with edit material, but I do so much more on the Collector Collective. That's 4 times as much video to record just for that one review. Not to mention the costume changes and rearranging my room every single time I want to do a new character. It gets complicated. So that's going to be a very rare thing. Now, I probably will do one again, but I don't know when it's going to be. It's going to be a special occasion piece, and I honestly don't plan it out. So if you're hoping to see another one, keep an eye out. It should be up sooner or later. Now, next thing I wanted to talk about, so next week you can ask whatever you want for that little segment. I posted in that same video that I'm selling a few things, and I want to thank everyone who showed interest and the few of you that actually did buy something. Now, unfortunately, the build team that I thought was going to sell first, still there. Still waiting on someone to officially come around and pick them up. Not a big deal. I thought he'd be the first to go, so I'm kind of surprised I'm still hanging on to him. If you're interested, give me a PM, something. I've got a few other things left. But really just thanks to everyone who saw the video and who helped me out with my sales. It's not going to be enough for a new video camera like I wanted, but it should go to something that will improve the production of these videos. Who knows? I'm going to try. Because I honestly want to provide to you guys the absolute best possible product you can get. And right now, I'm working on a budget. That isn't really going to help. And that flew into my animated shelf. Okay, someone remind me to pick that up later. Next, my new stuff. Now, you see the number on there right now, 905. That is my current collection count, and you will be able to chronicle my collection as it expands to the 4-digit mark. I got in a ton of stuff this week. A lot of it's addict material, so I don't want to spoil any of that. But I will tell you, I'll be able to start covering Beast Machines very soon. The few ones I did want to mention, picked up the Universe Power Glide, half off at Big Bad Toy Store. For the, what is it, somewhere between $27 and $30 at retail that this thing goes for, I'm not too impressed with the toy. I don't think it fits Power Glide. It's too bulky. The proportions are off. I much would have preferred him to be one of the new Legend mini-bots. But for 16, he's not bad. He's got problems. Like you have to force some plastic to move his wings into position for robot mode. I don't like that in the least. It damages the plastic around that part. Yeah, I don't think that was very well thought out. And really, Autobots have so many red and white jets in the Classics line. You've probably got your favorite already. So he's not bad for half off, but I can understand why he's a shelf warmer. And here we have another figure. This one much newer, animated Wreck-Gar. Just found him in my area. Great, great figure. Huge shelf warmer. Okay. Yeah, he is the modern-day shelf warmer. But you know what? He's a really cool one, and he really knows how to wear that big backpack of his. And really, I don't know what you do with it anyway. And it's just a big gray box. Even in vehicle mode, big gray box. So at least as a shelf warmer, he does a really nice job of it. And he's not like some shelf warmers I could mention that don't really know what to do with all that kibble. So he's a good one. Understandably, he's hard to find right now. Pick him up if you can find him. He is easily worth it. I also wanted to mention this one real quick, just because it's a throwback to one of my Addict videos. That is the Fusor Air Hammer. And surprisingly nice toy. I did not expect to pick him up when I did. I just kind of had it offered to me at the last minute. It's surprisingly cool. And I really dig the figure. It goes back to my Injector review, in that the Fusor concept should be the best with the best. Best of this animal, best of this animal. This is a flying hammerhead shark. Flying shark. If there's a flying shark in your neighborhood, nobody gets out alive, okay? That is what I'm talking about. That is how a Fusor should have been done. So if you happen to have a chance to pick him up, you gotta pick him up. He's surprisingly cool. So and like I said, I got in so much, but you're also going to be able to hear about that. You're going to be able to hear everything I picked up in the next episode of WTF at TFW, the official podcast of TFW2005.com. If you don't listen to it, please check it out. It's me and Vangelis co-hosting. Okay, a lot of you guys in the last videos said anything I put up you'd be willing to watch. So give this a listen. And you know, it's a really great podcast. If you can find it on iTunes, you can look there for it. And you know, me and Vangelis do really nice job. And the other guys we host with are all funny, and they're all really good. They're all really good hosts all around. I just wish I could remember their names offhand. Anyway, that's what I'm sharing with you this week. Keep an eye out for any future Plastic Addict videos featuring these guys. Oh, I might as well mention. Yeah, just before we get to the next spot in the little bit of news, I did get one donation that I will share with you. A friend of mine, Fair Lady Z, Very nice girl. She traded me a Blackout for a bunch of figures, but while she was at it, she donated a toy to me, and it's one I've been waiting on. So I'll go ahead and share this one with you now, because it's one I really think everyone has been hoping I would get. Yeah, tell you what, I'm going to reassemble him at a later date, and we'll get to him as soon as I manage to put him back together. Back to news here. I saw the new animated episodes. Finally, we got Season 3. I will echo all the comments. Transwarp was awesome. Really, really liked the series. But everyone goes off on that. I mean, I'm glad they did away with the key. You know, I'm glad they got a little bit more serious and dark undertone with the series. That between Blur and the key, there is no more safety. Anything can happen now. And by the way, I've been actually working on my Season 3 Blur Kit Bash. You know how these show-accurate kit bashes go. I mean, you got to get it there first. You got to get it online because everyone's just going to copy it and make more eBay money off it. Now, I'm still trying to get the details just right. I can't quite get it. But this will probably be a little pet project of mine over the next couple of weeks. Who knows? So, yeah, Transwarp was great. The one everyone's been dogging on is the next episode, Three's a Crowd, and the introduction of Dirt Boss. Okay, I don't have any problem with Dirt Boss. Okay, from the start, when we first saw the designs, I thought, oh, there's a Constructicon foreman. And that's kind of what he is. He's more like a union boss stereotype, which I think is good for them. They're more than just going around guzzling oil now. They actually have someone who can bark them around, and they'll follow orders from. They have a focus and a drive now, which really those flighty villains that don't really have any kind of loyalty, you can only do for so long. Okay, you gotta throw in something else. So that was a nice surprise. I liked what they're doing with that, and it looks like they're okay. Keep in mind, Mixmaster and Scavenger were. Or Scrapper. Mixmaster, Scrapper. TJ Omega, viewer, hi. They were stuck side by side. Dirt Boss, the former Headmaster unit, was on top. He still has Allspark fragments in him and a big explosion, which will probably fuse some metal together. Fingers crossed. You know it should happen. We all do. Also, this podcast. See, I do too many podcasts. I'm not used to doing a vlog. Hi again. I'm losing my mind. This vlog is not going to be spoiler friendly. Well, it is and it isn't. Yes, I did see the animated episode that leaked. Unfortunately, I'm not going to talk about it for the sake of people who are waiting till Saturday. So, for anyone who wants to hear my comments on that, buzz off. I will talk, however, about the next Jetfire toy coming out, the one for Revenge of the Fallen. We got confirmation he is combining with Prime. The pictures we saw had the picture Sharpied over. Thank you, whoever had that bright idea. I don't agree with what the new designs are going for, where some of the designs are kind of like what you'd think an alien robot would be. I mean, it's just like the robots here. I mean, they're utilitarian. They have shapes based on the job they do. And that's kind of why I dig things like Rampage and Demolishor. They are utility bots. They were designed to do things besides walk around and reach and grab things. So they don't look humanoid. In fact, humanoid is the last design that you would think a Transformer alien robot would turn into. I mean, 2 eyes, nose, mouth, head, arms, torso, 2 legs, fingers, and hands. That doesn't really make a lot of sense that they just happen to be designed exactly like us. Okay, especially when robots all had to do different things. So I like that they're going someplace with that. On the other hand, we have things like Jetfire, and also this goes to Skids and Mudflap. They are designed with human elements, like the long beard and the teeth on the twins. I don't agree with giving them humanoid elements like that when you're also trying to say these should be not human in design. So please pick a side. And it's not just like Autobots are doing this, Decepticons are doing this. No, the RCs are inhuman as well. So I don't understand what the point here is. What are you going for? What is this supposed to be? And just stick to the normal design. I mean, I really don't. I think it causes a lot more drama than it should. Now, I like the designs all and well. I just don't think they're doing it correctly. Speaking of designs, we got some new animated listings. So everyone who hit the panic buttons, you can put them down now. We are getting new stuff. It is not done yet. New listing for Blackout came up. We're getting a brand new Voyager Optimus, which most likely just a repaint that replaces that doofy-looking axe with a upgrade, kind of akin to Samurai Prowl's upgrade. We also had a Rodimus listing, which he's a deluxe, much to my chagrin. I was really hoping for the Space Winnebago. It probably means I lost a bet as well, so yeah. If it turns out he becomes a car, then please keep watching Plastic Addict, because an episode will come up where I will be in as much pain as the toy is. Let's just say that. That being said, I'm thrilled that we're going to see Hydrodye Bumblebee, RC, Sound Blaster. Yeah, I'm not going to call him Electrostatic Soundwave. I will say, though, they did exactly what I wanted them to. The electric red and the black and the gold. So good. Here's the thing. If you see a toy in production stages, if you see those shots of the test shot, the official package images of the toy, like we did for Hydrodye Bumblebee, RC, and Soundwave, yeah, that means the molds are already produced. That means 90% of the cost of producing the toy has already been expended. That means the only way to make money back on them is to release them. I mean, producing the toys and shipping them out, that's pennies compared to what it takes to concept them, design them, tweak them, and cast the steel molds for them and send them to the factories. All of that is a lot more expensive, because those are people you have to pay, a lot more production you have to do, and it's a lot harder to make a steel mold than it is about 100,000 toys, believe it or not. So if we see it in that stage, one way or another, we'll get them. Don't hit any panic buttons. They will be out. Thankfully, these look like they'll be out in normal releases. We're not going to have to jump through hoops to get them like you did for any other time this has happened. Like RID Bruticus, Air Attack Primal, Titanium Prowl and Grimlock, Megabolt Megatron, and even the last 4 Spy Changers that came out for RID. Those figures all had the molds produced already, so naturally they were available to use. Hasbro will use any mold that they have, because that's the only way they make money back on the mold. The only time that hasn't happened was Transtech Starscream, because they can't find the mold. Yeah. Thank you, U.S. Postal Service. So yeah, we're going to get some new animated. I'm thrilled. It's not over yet. This episode just about is, though. We have hit the final portion, the review. Now, I don't have a toy reviewed yet because it hasn't been selected yet. And this is where you guys come in, because this is going to be as interactive as I can make a video blog. If you guys want to see it, I'll probably put it in here. Any questions you got will be at the top. This will be at the bottom, because you are going to be selecting the toy that I review next for this blog. And this is how we are going to do it. I have with me the Magic Bag of Destiny. Little sparkly stars! Now, this is a canvas bag. There's no way for me to see through this, so there's no cheating going on. This has been like, what, 20 minutes long at this point? So, you know, I haven't stopped and restarted just so I can have the selection I want. What you see is what I'm stuck with. And how are we going to pick the toy? Well, that's where these have come in. You've probably noticed these sitting here by now. These conveniently placed poker chips all have a mark on them, designating one toy line or another. And each one represents a piece of my collection. For instance, we have Generation 1. This will also cover Generation 2 toys. We also have Beast Wars, which will also cover Beast Machines. RID, Robots in Disguise, pretty explanatory. Armada, the Minicon logo. Here we have Energon with the Power Links logo. My favorite, the Speedia key. Velocitron, Speed Planet, whatever. Cybertron. Classics, the CL. That'll also cover Universe 2.0. The 07 movie line. And the 09 movie line will get its own chip when it comes out. Sari's key is going to represent animated. 1/24th. That's the alternators. Yeah, you can see that. I did not pick this abbreviation, okay? This is just how the titanium line ended up being abbreviated. So that's how that's going to be represented. Really, I mean, you know how dirty I feel if I'm looking through a sales thread on a message board and see a link that says, for sale, 6-inch tits. And the thought goes through my mind thinking, I'd like some 6-inch tits. Or worse yet, posting something saying, wanted, 3-inch tits. Yeah, I don't like the abbreviation. Then we have the miscellaneous chip. This is anything left over. The original Universe line, I could probably throw in some of my random little exclusive Japanese figures like my World's Smallest. My San Diego Comic-Con exclusives will probably be in there. My Robot Hero, Robot Heroes, yeah, we'll actually include them too. And Robot Masters from Japan. Just anything that I haven't thrown in with one of the other chips. The only things that are not up for grabs are going to be the Masterpiece line because that's just way too complicated. And they're so fiddly, especially my Megatron, I really don't want to go into that. So these all go into the magic bag to be selected at random. Now, the last 4 chips, here, I'll show it to you so you can speculate. We have an M inside a gear. We have WD. And then we have a red chip and a blue chip. All of these are special occasions that they might not necessarily lead to Transformers. So these are going to be held till next week. For now, we're going to stick to the Transformer-based chips. So this is where you guys come in. After I select one chip out of this bag, you are going to go to my website, tinyurl.com/Plastic Addict. You'll see a link over there. Or if there's an ad, it'll be somewhere down there. Either way, you're going to see a link. Go to it. On the front page of my site, you're going to see a web poll. I'm going to select 3 toys from the series I pull from the bag. Whichever one wins, that's the one I review for the next blog. Now, the date for this is usually going to be Monday. So Sunday at midnight, the midnight previous to the next video, that's the cutoff for the date. That's the cutoff for the vote. You have to get your vote in by then, or sorry. But there should be plenty of ample time. That gives you a whole week to visit the site and give it a vote. So you guys are actually going to select the toy I review after Destiny picks which toy I put in here. You don't have any control over which 3 I pick, but I promise there'll be 3 interesting ones. And I'll try to make it so that there isn't any standout choice. You know, if I pull Armada out of here, I'm not going to put Hot Shot, Smokescreen along with, say, Hoist. Just not going to happen. So, once again, thank you for watching this inaugural edition of my blog. this is kind of a, I'm just kind of going through the steps here because I've had to record this. I tried this on a dry run and completely screwed it up. So this is kind of my second take, to be honest with you guys. Next week is going to be a little bit cleaner, and I'm going to have a little bit more going on now that I have the format under control and we got some of the explanation out of the way. So as I take a moment to play with my sack, I would like to remind everyone, go to tinyurl.com/Plastic Addict. That is my official website. You can see all my videos there. My rushed reviews have a little bit more in-depth look on them, and you get some behind-the-scenes info on the Plastic Addict episodes. There's also some extra videos in there. You get a link to my collection. You know, it's outdated, but for all those who have always kept telling me, you got a really impressive collection, you can see a good portion of it there. So, I'd like to thank everyone once again for tuning in, and tune in next time when the review is going to be from the 07 movie line. The poll is up right now. Go check it out. Tell me which one you want to see. Till then, thank you very much for joining me. I'll see you ever. Come up with official outro. I'll see everyone next week.